Hi, my name is Nafisa and welcome to my channel. If this is your first video of me, I have lost almost 200 pounds. We're not there yet, but we're getting there. I've lost almost 200 pounds within the past 2 years from the help of weight loss surgery. And that's pretty much why I wanted to start YouTube in the first place, just to see what I do on a daily basis. The whole process of losing weight at such a high weight. I was almost 500 pounds. So yeah, that was a lot. But what we're here today to discuss, 10 things that have completely changed. And when I say completely, I mean completely changed since I've lost weight. Lately, I've been trying to focus, let's say that, on life changes and how my life has been changed since losing so much weight in such a short amount of time, instead of the outside, because I still feel big. I am still big, let's keep it real. But being 500 pounds and now being 200 something, like when I look in the mirror, I still see a 500-pound woman. So I made this list and I got it on my phone, and things that changed for me that weren't outward based. And they're not in any particular order except for number 1. So stick around for number 1. That's the most important one. So number 10, right? Let's get into it. But I have no health issues now. So being 500 pounds, I was diagnosed. I wasn't 500 pounds at the time. I was diagnosed at the age of 24 with type 2 diabetes. And my grandmother passed from diabetes. So that hit me hard. My dad had diabetes. My mom was a pre-diabetic. It was rampant through my family. And I just broke down as soon as I figured out that I had, the doctor told me I had diabetes. With weight loss surgery, I don't have diabetes anymore. I don't have blood pressure issues. Everything is normal. I'm treated somewhat normal at the doctor's office now. This one time I went to the doctor. I don't remember what it was for, but my doctor went to a military base. So they just gave me whatever random doctor that they had, right? And she was an older Black woman. And the first thing that she said to me in the first 5 minutes of meeting me was, "You need to lose weight or you're gonna die." And I had a full-blown panic attack. The way that she was so blunt in her delivery, it was it was a little bit too much for me at the time. Did I get my life in check? Not because of her, let's keep it real, but the way she said it and being an authority of health in my life, that was too much for me. But I don't have those issues now, and I don't have that doctor anymore. I only went to her one time, and I just completely stopped going to that doctor's office in entirety. Number 9. If you're a big girl or a big boy, when you go to places and their seating arrangements, we need to be comfortable. I can sit anywhere now comfortably without worrying about it. That can mean sitting in a plastic chair, not worrying about if it's going to break. Sitting in a booth, I didn't even want to go to my birthday dinner. One year, I think it was my boyfriend at the time, but my husband took me to Ruth Chris, and we had been there before, but we got a table. But we went to one in a different town, and all they had was booths, and I was squeezed so tight. I wouldn't even go to movie theaters if they didn't have the seats that the armrest could go up, because it's real tight on the hips, right? So I don't have that problem anymore. I could go and sit anywhere, no problems. Number 8 is I can pretty much go into any store now and find something that will fit me. Being that I was so big, the only store that I would shop at was Torrid. And let's just say the options are very limited. when it comes to Torrid. They were really cute back in the day, like 2009, 2010, when I first got into Torrid. They were popping. But then this whole Disney thing started taking over, and I was just like, what is going on? A lot of floral. I got some cute stuff. Don't get me wrong. I got a lot of cute stuff, but a lot of expensive stuff. So now I can go to a Target. They have stuff. I can go to Old Navy. I can go to American Eagle. I can go pretty much anywhere that I want to and not worry about, oh, well, I can get socks. I can get clothes if I want to, and I don't have to try them on to know they're gonna fit. Number 7, I'm not winded anymore walking or going upstairs. And this is gonna be very embarrassing for me. My husband, then boyfriend, lived on the 3rd floor of his apartment, right? And I was at my heaviest I had ever been. And he was like, oh yeah, just come over, like we'll hang out. And I saw he was like, yeah, this is my apartment number. I realized it's the 3rd floor. And I'm just like, well, what am I gonna do? I went up the stairs, 3 flights of stairs, and I was huffing and puffing. I would just be first flight. Okay, this is good. Whew. 2nd flight. Whew. Okay, 3rd flight, that's his floor, right? Get to his door. I would literally stand outside of his door and have to catch my breath before I knock on it. I think whoever is above that he did not have a Ring camera, because I would have been exposed. I would literally just sit there like, and now we're in a house, which I got this house with stairs, keeping that in mind, right? I was like, I'm a little bit more fit now. I work out. I got this. So we have a flight of stairs in our house, and I have an Apple Watch. I go up almost 20 flights of stairs a day, and I work a sedentary job. I work a desk job, but because I need to feed my baby, I have to go up and down stairs all the time. And I have no problems. I can literally run if I wanted to and be fine. Number 6. I am so much more adventurous now that I've lost weight. There's a couple of things that I want to include in this. First of all, I did something that I always wanted to do, which was take a pole dancing class. I don't know why I've always been obsessed with pole dancing. I think it's such a beautiful, like it could be art. Like it's not just stripping. It requires so much strength and like getting to know your body and like being comfortable in your body, knowing what you can and can't do and learning new things. I always wanted to do that. And I did take 2 classes before I moved. Well, before I got pregnant, let's say that. I did take 2 classes and I really enjoyed them. Like I felt so comfortable with myself. And that was one of the things that they asked us at the beginning of class was, why are you taking this pole dancing class? And I said, I want to learn my body more. I want to learn, because I have a new body, right? Like I had lost 120 pounds at that point. And I had no clue how my body would function, and pole dancing taught me that and got me comfortable. Went to a range, like a little pew-pew range for the first time. And being that I'm a Southern girl, you think I would have been before or handled that type of equipment before. I've been around it, but I have never touched it or picked it up. So I did that and I did very well. And then on my honeymoon, we went to like this little island, right? Like we went on a cruise. So in order to get to the island, because we were in the middle of we docked, so we weren't in the middle of the ocean anymore, but we had to get off the boat and then get onto another boat, like a smaller boat. And it was 2 stories. Like there was people up top and there was people down bottom, and there was like a ladder that you had to go up, and I felt comfortable doing that because I was like, oh, I'm petite. I'm not petite, but I would have never gotten on that boat. I would have never done the cruise, honestly, had I not lost weight. Number 5, I'm afraid of heights. Well, I'm not afraid of heights. I'm afraid of falling from heights. I never have been on a plane before in I'm not telling y'all my age, but I'm seasoned. So I've never been on a plane in my life, and my husband decided to surprise me for my birthday and our honeymoon, and we needed to take a flight to get there, right? He got us first class. Shout out to my husband. But our something would happen with our seats and we couldn't get first class on the way back, so I had to take economy. But I don't need a seatbelt extender. And I know that's always been a big thing with plus size women. Like, are we gonna fit in the seats? What's going on? Do I need to ask for a seatbelt extender? And I don't really like talking to people, so I didn't want to do that anyway, but I fastened it with no problems in first class and economy. I fit in them either way. Number 4, another embarrassing moment. I snored really bad. Apparently I had sleep apnea, which I had to be tested for in order to get my weight loss surgery. And I had to get a CPAP that I had to pay for. And I had always had issues with sleep. Like, either I wouldn't say an insomniac, but I would stay up very late. I couldn't fall asleep. I would wake up in the middle of the night, like, in a panic. I even went to the doctor about it, and they thought, like, oh, well, you're just having panic attacks if you're waking up in the middle of the night. Let's give you antidepressants. So I started taking antidepressants. Sleep never got better. I would randomly fall asleep because I was not sleeping at night, because obviously I wasn't breathing, right? I would have to keep waking up to breathe. I would fall asleep randomly. I would fall asleep at work. I would fall asleep at school. I would fall asleep driving. That's very dangerous. But I dealt with that for so long before I realized it was because I was of my weight. I couldn't sleep. I had sleep apnea. I couldn't breathe. So I don't need a CPAP anymore. I do snore sometimes when I'm really, really tired, but it's like, I don't stop breathing. Let's say that. My husband says I don't stop breathing anymore. So that's good. Number 3, which was tied in to number 4 with the anxiety story, right? About the antidepressants. So just being transparent, I have dealt with anxiety and depression for a very long time, since I was a teenager. I first got on antidepressants when I was a teenager. I was diagnosed with panic disorder. And that's something that I just felt like, oh, that's just part of who you are. I went to therapy and psychotherapists and psychologists and did the whole 9, right? So they were just like, you just need to stay medicated. If you have a panic attack, here's what you need to take in order to calm down. That's what I thought I would have to deal with for the rest of my life. And I've realized now, because I lost weight, like, I literally sat here the other day and I was like, I haven't had a panic attack since my weight loss surgery. And I was like, why did that happen? Ding. In my brain, I'm like, your anxiety and your panic was always tied to your weight. And I know that may seem like a little bit too deep, right? But let me explain it. So the reason why I would panic is because I didn't like being in situations I couldn't control, or I couldn't foresee what was going to happen, because so much pops up. I don't know. I just feel more free now that I've lost weight. Like, if something happens now, I know I can handle it physically if I need to. If I need to run away from a situation, I can. I could not do that at 500 pounds. So I'm living life a little bit more freely without anxiety and panic attacks because of my weight. I'm not afraid. Like I told you earlier, I didn't want to go to my birthday dinner because I didn't know if I could fit in a booth. Like, I literally had so much anxiety about it. I was on Google scrolling, looking at pictures of what the restaurant looked like. because I was worried about what type of situation. I'll always try and gauge what type of situation I was in before I was in it, just in case something happens. And I have to account for it because I'm huge. At the time, I was huge. Okay. So no more panic attacks as of right now. Still medicated, but only for depression. I haven't had to take anything else for panic attacks since my weight loss surgery. Number 2 was increased self-confidence. I'm the type of person, I was very outward based. Like, I seem like a very confident person. Like, oh yeah, I'm that girl. Ooh, ooh, ooh. It was fake. Fake it till you make it, right? First, I struggled with how I looked and I didn't feel like I fit in. And it was because of my weight. Let's keep it real. And I did have some form of self-care when it came to me being bigger. Like, I always felt like I wanted to dress nice, always make sure that hygiene was on point, you know, because like I didn't want anyone judging me because I was a bigger person, right? But the inside self-confidence was just not there at all. I try to take care of myself more now, mentally and physically, like working out, getting my teeth fixed. That's always been a big self-conscious like thing. It was about my teeth, so I decided to get braces now because I wanted to be the person that I had, like, that I dreamed in my head, if that makes sense, right? I don't know what that looks like, but we're working on it. So I got braces, started working out. And also what I realized when I was bigger is I always tried to make myself small, right? Personality wise, when I walk into a room or a party, like, I didn't want to be noticed because I know people were going to notice me anyway because of my weight. Like, she's the biggest girl in the room and I'm black, like, and I dress different. Like, I was a little emo kid. So I was always getting some sort of attention. So I always tried to make myself smaller than I was. And I don't do that anymore. Like, you're just going to have to accept me for who I am. I'm sacrificing anyone's feelings anymore. Like, I was very much a people pleaser when I was bigger because I didn't want anybody to, I just didn't want to be noticed. I didn't want to be the topic of conversation because I know the go-to when you get into it with someone or you piss someone off, it's like, oh, she's fat. You know, like, the insults start flying, right? I didn't want to hear it. Number 1, I know I said number 1 was important, right? It was the most important. And it is because I was able, because I had weight loss surgery and I lost almost 200 pounds, to have a baby safely without any complications. And I guess that ties into my health too, because I was able to have him because I didn't have the health complications that I had. I didn't have gestational diabetes. I didn't have any blood pressure issues or preeclampsia. So I just feel like it was divine timing, I guess, of when I got pregnant, because I've always dreamt of being a mother, right? Ever since I was a little girl, I was like, oh, I want my baby to have this, and I want to do this. I want to put them in the best schools, and so you dream up your little life of what you wanted, like your white picket fence and your husband and 2.5 kids. And I put that on the back burner because getting so sick at such an early age, it's like, I'll probably never have the opportunity to have that. Or if I do have it, I probably won't be, ooh, we're getting emotional. I probably wouldn't be around in order to see him grow up or to thrive or to have his own family. I'm not going to cry in this video, but because I decided to take care of myself, I can now have the opportunity and the privilege of taking care of him. So that was my emotional moment for the day. Those are the 10 things that have drastically changed since I've lost weight. And I do want to thank you guys for watching this video, if you are watching. And if you like the video, please like and subscribe for more. And thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. Bye.